Hey guys, so here is a tool that we are using in our business that we built through Notion, where it's one place to see, manage, and optimize every tool that you are currently using in your business. So this is any software, any platform, anything along those lines, it would go in here and you could manage all of those in one spot. And so the main purpose of this table is that it is a way to see all of the expenses for these certain platforms, a way to see your relationships if you were to do any affiliate marketing, where your status is on the affiliate process and your link and then how you get paid out. It's all there. And also it's a way to see, hey, this is a resource that I may want to use when we hit a certain spot in our business. You can also identify that as well. So very cool one-stop shop tool that you should copy today. The link is down below if you guys would find this valuable. So I'm going to walk you guys through on how we are using this in our business and why it is very helpful. And so here is what it looks like. I would treat this, if you guys aren't familiar with Notion, I would treat this as a Excel spreadsheet where all it is just different columns and it's just different information in the columns, and within each row is the platform. So here are some platforms that are coming up, and I'll go through each one of what each column and why we have each column, and then how you can manipulate this data where you can put it into different views to make decisions very quickly. So let's say Manus, for example. It's a tool that we are currently active in. So we have the status here and it's paid. And then we'll go into the expense view, and then given that I've put the status view as paid, we can see it there, and we could see all of our software's expenses when it comes to AI. We have the affiliate status. So if, say, we wanted to do affiliate marketing with Manus and get paid out through Manus, we can share our status here. We can also, did we get, this says, did we get an affiliate link? And if we didn't get an affiliate link, then this is the whole process of getting the affiliate. So to dive into the affiliate process, this is what it looks like. So we have all these different platforms that we are working on to get affiliates with, and anything to do with affiliates, all that data is here. So what that looks like is we got a customer service email. So say we need to talk to them, hey, our affiliate platform's not working. What's going on there? We can see that all in one spot. We can also see if we got the link. Then we also could see, do they have a program in the first place? So this is cool. So now we have a status view. So this is this information right here, not started, on deck, applied, and waiting, avoid asking, or whatever the case is, or yes, they have an affiliate program. Depending on the status of this, all these different statuses, we just created a board view like this. So then we can easily just move it as we go. So let's do one for example. Let's just say easy button skip trace. And if I wanted to know more details, I could just click in and look at all the details on this one. It's all this stuff right here. And all of this stuff right here, by the way, is just, keep it super simple, it's just information in these columns. But let's say easy button skip trace, I wanted to see if it had an affiliate program. I would say, hey, it's on deck. If I'm working with a team, I would share this with them, be like, hey, it's on deck. Let's see if they have an affiliate program with this platform. And then if we applied, hey, we're waiting for it. If we're waiting to reply back from them, we would throw it here. And so you can just move the status here. Cool, we've asked, they don't have a program. So no need to follow up there. Yes, they have an affiliate program. And if they're in this here, we create an automation through Notion where, okay, that means we need to get the affiliate link and do that whole entire process. So this is just a way to manage your whole affiliate marketing process if you were to try to get paid out with platforms that you're currently using, which I highly recommend. Why not, especially if you have your own brand. So that is the affiliate stuff. So we're keeping track of that, who we shared it with, where we shared it as well. Say you shared it on the website or shared it on your YouTube or whatever the case is. We manage that as well. The customer service for these certain platforms. You could see the main company. So we have different companies. This will be blurred out just for privacy's sake. But say you have different companies using different platforms. This is where you can see of like, hey, I'm using, for example, Manus in all of my companies that I'm doing, or I'm using, for example, this dialer. And if I didn't know what it was, that goes to this next thing of what the details are. But say I'm not using this dialer in one company, I could see I'm using it in another, and that's just a way to manage that process. And then also regarding the departments, I can see even in more detail of what department is using that platform. So, hey, I'm using it in just the sales department, or I'm using just in the customer service department. You can see all of that. And it's cool because you could just easily filter all of this. So just to show you that example, we have different departments for our wholesale business. So this is reflecting for our wholesale business, but we do this for all of our companies. Let's just say for our sales team, so let's just say acquisitions, I can go here and I can just say add a filter by departments. And you could just do this with a spreadsheet, but I think you can do more with Notion. And then I could just filter, okay, here are all the ones that are in the acquisitions departments. We have batch leads, we have skip matrix, which is a skip tracing source. We can see all this stuff. And then the next thing is category. So we got marketing, we got skip tracing, organization, we have dialer, right? Whatever the case is, education, whatever the tool is used for, you can do it there. And then we're just like, okay, we want even more information on these. So we go into details. And this is maybe over the top. Just take this as inspiration. You can adjust this as needed. But that is the concept. So we could say, okay, this platform is for hard money, proof of funds, long-term rents. Like, what is the platform doing? Like, what's the purpose of the tool? That's where the details comes in. So you can do that. So you can see, for example, batch leads in this case. It's a platform that we're using it in one company. And then you could see that we would use this tool for getting data, or for marketing for commercial assets, multifamily, single family, just data in general, and skip tracing. So it's cool that you could see that all in one spot. And then, hey, look, we have an affiliate link here, and we're using a roll-up to identify that. Website for Payouts. So we have an affiliate with them, so we can see if someone were to use a link where that money is coming to. We could see the sub-departments, so this is even more detail, which is probably overkill. Any notes that you wanted to put on the platform. It's website, which we don't have here, but there's a website. And the reason why I put main here is because, and you guys don't have to do this, it's just an organization thing, is because I can just easily see, okay, main is something that just applies for everything on the platforms. And then we have like deals with anything to do with deals for these platforms. So a quick tip that we do is every November, for a lot of the tools that we're using every year on an annual basis, and we know we're going to use them, we reach out before Cyber Monday or Black Friday and reach out for a discount. And so we wanted to do a process there where we call it partnership deals, and we have a status of, okay, hey, did we reach out to see if we can basically strike a deal with the platform, and be like, and the process would, and I could actually put the template down below of what that would look like. But the idea is, be like, hey, I've been using you guys for a few years now, seeing if you guys have a discount if we were to go annual or whatever the case is, and then you get to save money for a tool that you're going to use anyway. And so you could track that process of you reaching out through a status. And so you could see that we've done it for some companies in 2026, some companies what we've done it in the past with. So kind of a cool process. And so a lot of this stuff you don't have to copy. It's just maybe just use it as inspiration that you can use for yourself. So another cool thing with this table is we have priority, and what that means is for tools that we want to use in the future. So we have this status of tools that we are currently using versus ones that we may want, and we could track it all in here of the ones that we want to do potential research on. And the idea is, okay, we don't have the bandwidth to explore this or the money to explore this platform. We can say the priority of it, and so when we do have an influx of money that comes into the business, or let's say we have the time to explore that certain tool, we can easily just categorize that and filter for the ones that we want to explore. So that's just a thing that we found helpful. So we call it money reflection, and we can kind of give notes on what that looks like, and that's been a helpful tool for us as well. So here is our money reflection status, which is pretty awesome. So we could see once tools that we want to look into and that we haven't started and we've heard of, but we have them on our radar that could be helpful in our business. Tools that we should look into and get started as they may be helpful for us. Money reflection are just tools of, hey, when we have an influx of money or we have the time to reflect and actually use these tools, let's dive into it. So I can see that all in one spot. And then also testing. These are tools that we've used that we're kind of testing out, seeing if they're good or not, and if we should stick with that tool. And then tools that we've used in the past that are inactive, but we had a good experience with. So now experience with it, or we have used in the past, currently using, new research, so there's that. So this is the deals that I talked about earlier. We have different statuses based on if we're going to get a deal for that tool and who's handling it. If I'm handling it, if my team members handle it, we can see that all in one spot. And then you can see, for example, like Batch Dialer, we've used this tool and we've got deals in 2025 and 2024. So, okay, most likely for the next following year, we'll get a deal as well. And it's really cool. I have a pro tip that you can do all this stuff through Claude, where Claude can input all this information. So it might be a lot right now that you manually have to do this, but you can do this all with AI. So that's I'll add this here shortly. Page organization. So what I mean by that, and this is just kind of a small thing, but within each page, there's different information that you can add in. So you could see like in this page, it could be like all of the how to use this tool, how to use this platform, everything to do with the tool itself, and you can put this within its page, and then you could see all the attributes through the columns. So that's a cool thing that you can do. So that's why I like Notion, because you can't do that with a spreadsheet. Discount code if it's a discount code. Customer service number if it's a fixed expense. So depending on the tool, you have to pay for it. The department category. So that should have been a little bit earlier if I were to make it in its own order, but it's all good. The monthly amount that is being paid. If it's getting paid monthly or yearly. If it's active, when we get charged next. And some of you can see that some of this information is filled out, but why not? Why not have this information? The type of cost of it, what does it actually consist of? It's like a design cost or whatever the case is. So you can go like super specific. You can see the yearly amount if you paid it yearly too. So then you could budget for, okay, the next, the start date of, hey, it's a big expense coming up, for example, batch styler on December 3rd, 2025. Okay, we can budget for that amount. So that's cool to keep track of as well. The affiliate link we've already went over. The coupon code if there's a coupon code, and then this is more affiliate stuff. Additional information if needed you could put in here. I have a whole video on password management. If that tool is shared with your team, we keep track of that here. So is it in LastPass? That's one of the tools that we've used in the past. And then payouts, if you were to have affiliate relationship with this tool or platform, what does that payout actually look like? And then will we still get paid if we cancel? That's too. If we're not using the tool anymore, I was curious, like, hey, are we actually still going to be able to get paid if we had 10 people interested in using this platform? That's something I wanted to track as well. The next step here is one thing to fill this all out, your guys' self. Another deeper level and pro tip would be to use Claude. So I'll have a separate video on how you can connect Claude to your Notion tables, and all you would do is say, for example, hey, I'm using batch leads as a tool, insert it into this Notion page and grab all the details that you know about it. So let's do that. For example, LastPass is a tool that we use in our business, and I just did this process where I said LastPass, you could see, hey, I could see it in the Notion table. Cool. Here's all the information on it. So it just tells me all these things. And then it says going forward, I'll just populate it. And I'm like, cool, let's add this in. And this is the resources that I'm using on my personal front, not my business. But you could see that the same idea occurred. So you could see right here, LastPass was added. You could see that it added software. You could see that it added the details of the AI, software subscription. You can see all the notes it added, which is probably overkill. And then if I were to be paying for it, it probably would be here. So you can make this even add more detail. But this whole process, AI can do 90% of it, and you could just do the final adjustments. And all you would be doing is just saying the software name or tool into that AI platform, and then it would instantly just push it into the table with all the information. So another thing that is cool is if you are putting in the detail of the type of category that these tools fall into, you can easily just see them by the view. So for example, let's just say underwriting. I want to see all the tools that we are potentially using, going to use, and anything to do with underwriting. I can see in this view, I can see the ones that were recently inserted, the ones that we are going to look into, but we haven't done that yet, ones that we're going to have money reflection for, ones that we're currently using, ones that are active. So you can do this with any category. So for example, all the tools that I want to see for AI, you can just see that in one spot. So let's just see, here it is, AI automations. I can just see all the ones all in one spot, and this is just a different view for it. The ones that we're paying for all in one spot. It's a very cool way that you can show this information. If this video helped at all, subscribe and drop a comment. Everything I just walked through and more lives inside our school community. Also, click the links below for additional resources and access. Thank you.